Ah, the beauties of nature. The birds are tweeting in the trees. The breeze is blowing. The sun is shining. It's a gorgeous day. And where are we? We're in Lake Casabo. And good heavens, it's governed by our good friend Tiffany St. Ange. Yes, I have actually taken the plunge. I have purchased my own player-owned town in the game. They call it P.O.Ts, player-owned town. And I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I've actually purchased one. So I thought that it'd be a fun episode to do to show how we actually create a town from scratch in this game. So I purchased the game, purchased the town, and now there's nothing here. We get to build a town from scratch. So this may be pretty good for an episode or two or three. And I got some ideas. I've been planning it out for several weeks now, and we'll see how it goes. But again, this is owned by my other character, Tiffany St. Ange. And so Killdozer is really more kind of along for the ride on this one. So I think we're going to bring Tiffany in and be our guest host for the day. So I think we'll be back in just 1 minute. And we are back. Here's Tiffany. Hello, Tiffany. How are you doing today? All right. Tiffany is the owner of our brand new town of Lake Casabo. And Tiffany, we've come a long way, you and I, since the days when you owned that bordello over in The Sims Online, as you remember. Yeah, she doesn't like remembering those days. Tiffany's my oldest MMO character. I created her back in 2002 for The Sims Online. And I've played her in a lot of games. In fact, I play her in almost everything now. Um, Sims Online didn't last very long. It was a fun game while it lasted. There wasn't a whole lot to do in it. But mainly, I brought her back into City of Heroes. If any of you guys have ever played that game, it is my all-time favorite MMO game. Long since gone, but it was a great game. Tiffany, I brought her in as an Earthstorm controller, which were always good team members. Low-end Earthstorm controllers were very weak, but high-end, incredibly powerful. Tiffany and I went through an awful lot of missions together, had a lot of fun. And so I use her in all my games. Right now, of course, she is a very virtuous character in Shroud of the Avatar. This glows blue in the evening. She's also a very heroic Romulan resistance fighter in Star Trek Online, and she's a villainous minion of the Joker in DC Universe. So I use her in all sorts of games. She was one of my 49 characters in City of Heroes, and actually Killdozer and Dodge Raider, who are in this game, were also two of my characters in City of Heroes as well. So I recycle a lot of characters. Um, anyway, this is Lake Casabo, and I have bought this game. This is the Mountain map, Mountain O1 map. And I thought I'd give you kind of a rundown of how these towns work. Um, Player-owned town. We have three types of towns in Shroud of the Avatar. NPC towns, which are the main towns like Central Brittany and Arteris and Soul Town, which were created by the developers and where a lot of the story missions take place. They have player-run towns, PRTs, which were again created by the developers. There's not a whole lot in those. There's basically a town crier and a banker, like these two guys are, and that's pretty much it. And players can just kind of go there and pick up a lot for their if they have a deed for it and build a house and that kind of thing. And then there's these player-owned towns or POTs, and these are towns that players actually purchase. Um, Portalarium sold a lot of these towns, but by my rough estimation, just under 300. I've got to count like 298 player-owned towns that are in the game. And so they sold these towns up through last summer, around July or so. Now, the two types of player-owned towns are the overland towns, which this is one of them, which means you're walking through the map, the overland map, and you see, oh, there's Central Brittany, or you see, oh, there's Kiln, or there's Erie, or there is Novia Market. Novia Market is a player-owned town owned by Bamboozle, who's a really good player in this game, and it has overland access. The other type of player-owned towns, and there's about 100 of them, are called nested player-owned towns. In those cases, you go inside another town from the overland map, and then from there you go into the player-owned town. So a lot of times, if you walk into any kind of town and you see like covered wagons or balloons or something right at the entrance, um, you can actually click on those and go into the towns that those take you to. So those are nested. So anyway, this is an overland-based town, and I got the location just above Central Brittany. Now, Portalarian doesn't sell any more of these towns, so there's a limited number of them. The only way you can buy one of these is to buy it from another player. And what I did was I decided I wanted to go ahead and buy one of these towns. And I started going to the Shroud of the Avatar forums. And another player advertised that he was willing to sell his player-owned town. So I negotiated with him, and we came to an agreement. And he contacted Portalarium and gave my information, his information after I had paid him. And basically, we did the transfer. And today is the first day of the new build. This is build 41. And this is the day that the town has officially become mine, which is exciting. Um, Now, the town that the previous owner had, it was on an island, and it was a tropical island map, looking at a different part of the map. So when you buy one of these towns, you can rename it, which I did. You can choose a different type of biome, which I did. I didn't want to do the tropical island. I wanted to do this mountain type thing. You can change the location. You can request a location change. I actually got the general location, which I was asking for, which is good. I wanted something just north of central Brittany, which is a little bit out of the way, but not too far away, so it's out by itself or anything. And what I also get, not just the map, but I also got all the lot markers and that kind of thing. So I'm going to kind of go over all that stuff as well. This map I think is beautiful. I just think it's a great looking map. Let me see if I can pull up what it looks like. It may not be in the SOTA map yet. Yeah, it's not. See, it's not loaded in the database yet. I can actually look at. I've actually placed a house up here, so I can look at what I want to do for the maps and things. Let's go up here. I just plop this thing down up here for temporarily. So I need to get access to my controls. So let me show you. So from this control, I can make a lot of changes. One of those is manage town access. So let's click on that so we get a. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's click on spawn area. Sorry. So here's kind of the map of the town. Um, the green marks are where there's flat spots that you can actually place lots. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Up here is the entrance right now, and here's the lake, and you can see the little green squares right here show that I could place some water lots here if I want to. Here's a big flat spot. Here's some flat spots. There's a lot of mountains and everything. Here's where we're at right now. We were just down here. The town crier's here, and the banker's here. And we just ran up here. So anywhere that there's a green flat spot is where you can place lots. And this blue marker is where the spawn location is. Now we can change this. In fact, I do want to change that. So we can go up there. The good thing about this spawn is that this is where you would put like a little downtown area if you wanted to. I kind of like this central thing, so I'm going to go with that. All right, so I've successfully updated that. Great. Okay, so I just want to see a map. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around and show you some of the basics and what I have planned for this. So let's go down here, and I will meet you. Actually, just run on down here. The lake is what sold me on this thing. When I first stumbled on this, you may never have seen this particular map before. There are no NPC towns or PRT towns that use this particular map. There are a lot of P.O.T towns that do, though. I think a lot of people just find it very appealing. It's supposed to look like the Rocky Mountains, and I think it probably does. But for me, it reminds me of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, in the Smoky Mountains. That's where I always went on vacation when I was a little kid, and it's still one of me and my sister's favorite places to go. And they don't have a big lake in downtown area, but they do have surrounded by the beautiful mountains, and you come off the mountains, and there's a downtown area, and with a main street, which is always incredibly packed with traffic. Um, and then you go up into the mountains, and there's like weekend cabins and places to go and things to do. It's just fantastic, and that's what really appealed to me for this map. So I want to set up what I want to do is have a town that's kind of a luxury spa and resort type place. It's not really a PvP town or a rustic town. I want it to be kind of a spa and resort. And I think this would be just a beautiful place to do that. So let me take you around here. So let's show you where the downtown area of something like this would be. It's right up here. And this is that big flat spot that we saw. It seems to me this would be a great place for the downtown area. Starting right here. And the original spawn in area is right down there. So you would come in this way and you'd see this whole downtown area. Um, I would think that you would want to put like a bunch of small row houses all along this side, along this mountain base, and then on this side, facing the lake, I'd want to have a lot of village lots and activities and things like that for people to do. As you see, it goes pretty well down here. I have like a nice luxury road going down the middle here, taking people to where they want to go, and hopefully other players would come in and want to take over some of these row lots and put in shops and stores, and other people can come visit and they'd want to go ahead and purchase some items from them and that kind of thing. And so I like that a lot. And now up top here are some more. Is another flat plane. Get this way. I got the music turned off right now because it was just way too loud, kind of drown out everything. So this is kind of a not really a shortcut, but there's a way to get up here. There are 3 plateaus up here, flat spots, perfect for land. So here's a decent sized spot. But look at it. Look at this view. Good heavens! Look how beautiful that is. And then over here, there's a somewhat bigger flat spot. Lots of room here. And then again, you have the nice views. You can look over. There's that house up there that I put just for our controls. And there's the wagon to Novia. And that's where I'm going to set the spawn spot over. So you have this decent sized spot over here. And there's like an old dirt road back here that takes you around. And then over here, there's another lower level thing here. Another flat spot for more lots and houses and that kind of thing. Again, nice views. And then this dirt road takes you around. This is kind of cool. Make it run. Run, Tiffany, run. It's just a really beautiful map. You can do all sorts of different things with it. I really like this a lot. There's an old bridge over here. And again, the original spawn point is I just moved goes right there. So this is where a lot of times you would start. And there's an appeal to that because you would come through here and then you go right into the downtown area, which is why I think most people use that as their entrance and why I considered it too. But I tell you, if you spawn in on that top peak where we were standing at, where the town crier and the banker, and you have that view of the lake and the mountains. Oh boy, I don't know how you can pass that up. Anyway, there are other lots around here. There's a spot up there for room for like one village lot, and that kind of thing. And you come around. So there's all sorts of places around here, all sorts of flat spots and everything. Let's head back over to the main section. Okay, we're back up here. This is a big map. All the P.O.T maps are very large. We have this mountain map. There's also the forest map. There's a desert map, a snowy mountain map, a swamp map, all sorts of different things. And they're all really big like this. This is the top area. So obviously there's a lot of space up here. And you can see down here, down below, all this is more map stuff down here. Lots of spaces down there for things to build, all sorts of things. So let's go back over here and look at the overall map. Again, I would show you the soda map, but it's just not loaded into the computer yet. Hopefully by the end of the day they'll have that in there. Again, we are brand new. Okay, so here's where we're at. And we just took a run all the way through here and went up to these 3 plateaus up here and looked at that lot up there, and then now we're back up here. Now there's a lot of stuff back here too. And this is like valleys and stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to this big flat area over here and tell you about the 7 types of sizes of towns that you can buy as a P.O.T. And kind of demonstrate what all that is about. Okay, we're over here in the wilderness in the very back of the map. I want to show you there are 7 types of sizes of towns that we can have. The holdfast is the smallest version of a player-owned town you can have, and that has a maximum capability of 12,600 square meters. What does that mean? Well, I'll go over that in a little more detail in a minute. The second lowest level is the hamlet. That's 19,800 square meters of space that you can fill up. Then comes the village of 25,200 square meters. Then the crossroads village of 33,600 square meters. Then there's a town of 50,400 meters. City, which is what this one is, the one I purchased, is a 67,200 square meters maximum. And then the largest city you can buy for a player-owned town is called the Metropolis, and that is a total of 83,400 square meters of space you can fill up. Now, what does that mean? Well, let me show you. If I'm going to go into my inventory, I've got this over here. Okay, so let's say that I want to place a row lot. I've got these right here. So I'm going to place a row lot. And you can see like the little green arrows here, and there we go. So it's going to face that way. Boom. Okay. Now, the row lot is 10 meters across by 15 meters deep, which is a total of 150 square meters. So if I had a holdfast, which is the smallest player-owned town you can have, you would have this entire map, but you could only fill up 12,600 square meters of property. So this row lot right here is 150 square meters. So now you'd have 12,600 square meters minus 150, and that's how many you have left. So that's how they limit you in terms of you have the same giant size map, but based on the size town you have, you can place fewer or more properties. Now, let's say that we wanted to put in a village lot, which is the second smallest type. So village property lot, put that right here. Boom. Now, of course, I didn't put a house there, but you can see here's the marker, and this is 20 meters across by 30 meters deep. Let's see if we can see the green thing. Let me see if I can zoom out more. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. So that is 20 by 30. Now that means that it is 4 times the size of the row lot. So this is 10 by 15 for 150. This is 20 by 30. That's 600 square meters. Okay. So actually, I'm going to get up my calculator because I can't do this math in my head. All right. So if we had 150 square meters for the row lot, and let's say that we had a metropolis, the largest, 83,400 square meters divided by 150 row lots, we could place 556 row lots on this map if we had a metropolis. 556. Now, can you imagine going to a town that had 556 of these things? I don't know. I think it'd be a little too crowded for me. Now, if on the other hand we wanted to just have all village lots, well, that's 600. So that's going to be 83,400 divided by 600. We could actually place 139 village lots on there. So that's doable. That makes more sense. Now the next size, I'm going to go ahead and put the village lot back up. Next size is a town lot. You can see the town lot's pretty big here. I can't place it. Okay. Let's see if I can get a little closer to it. Here's the marker. It's big. Do it again. Wiggle around a little bit. Okay. So that is actually, let's see. That is twice the size. So that is actually 40 by 60. No, sorry. 30 by 40. 30 across by 40 deep. So that is 1,200 square meters, which means it's twice the size of a village lot. So 1,200, if we had 83,400 divided by 1,200, we could place 69 of the town lots. The entire town, it would fill up the entire metropolis. Okay. Now the next size after town is going to be our city lot. I kind of want to see what this thing looks like myself. This is going to be big. I can't do it. Let me go out here a little bit. Actually, I'm going to get a little higher so we can get a better look at it. I'll be right back. All right, let's see if we can place this city lot. Okay, I'm going to spin it around like you do with any kind of property when you're doing decorating. Look at that. You can see it goes way back in the back. Look how far back it goes. That's huge. That is huge. Now that is 40 by 60. So 40 meters across by 60 meters deep. So that's twice the size of a town lot. That is massive. And since that is 2,400, then in a metropolis, 2,400 equals, we get 34 of those in this map. And it's getting to be nighttime. Let's pick this back up. Let's look at a keep. We can only get 17 keeps in this thing. Let's spin this around. Wow, that took up the whole spot, I think. Let's see. You can see it goes way back there. It filled up this entire spot. All right, so that's huge. Now, a keep is 4,800 square meters. Throw this back in here. If you hear any noise in the background, we're having a late afternoon thunderstorm, it sounds like. So that's what that is. All right, now I'm going to do the castle. We can fit 8 castles in this thing. I don't know if I'm going to find a way of making this thing fit, but let's see. I don't know. There we go. All right, so that was the castle. Where's the marker at? There it is. Okay, let's see. It is hard to see, but it fills up a lot of this. We can only fit 8 of these suckers in here. And this entire map, we can only fit 8. So that's the different sizes here. Now, what we also have is the ability to place a lot of these different NPC people and buildings. So as you can see, we have armor merchant, male or female, and armor shop, banker, and male and female, and bank building, bartenders, caretakers, cemeteries, combat merchants, that kind of thing. Now, depending on the size of your player-owned town, you can place different numbers of these items. So for a hamlet, I think the number is fairly small. In my case, I can place, since I have a city size, I can place 10 NPC buildings and 20 NPC characters. So I can't place everything, but I can choose which ones I want to add in here. And then I think the smallest one was the holdfast. I think you can place like 1 or maybe 2 NPC buildings, I believe. So it's much smaller numbers, which makes sense. So that's how that works. Hopefully I explained it. I was hoping I'd get a better view of this thing, but the green outline was a little, just couldn't get far enough away to really get a good picture of it. I tried to place it down there in that little valley, but it was too far away. It didn't let me do it. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of this. So the next step is to go ahead and actually figure out how we want to lay out this town. So we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we are back, and I am going to go ahead and give our town crier and our banker a little bit of cover here. I have crafted this little red awning here for them both. Maybe we can rename this guy too. Let's see. Sure, there must be some way of doing that. Let's see how we would do that. So she. I have to figure that out offline, I guess. I like to have some names on my characters and stuff. we got this little thing here. Move it back a little bit. There we go. I crafted this as in preparation for getting the town set up, and I just get a little nice coverage here. Now, what I want to do is I want to get started with this thing. I've got that house up there, which we don't really need. I just put it there just for temporary. I'll just leave it for right now. But I want to go ahead and get started with our downtown area. I'm not going to go through and try and lay out the entire town, 556 row lots or 139 village lots or whatever it was. What I do want to do, though, is I want to go ahead and lay out the basic downtown area right around the lake, and then on the top of the hill there, and then a few other. I have some special projects I'm going to work on that we'll go over in a different chapter that I've been planning on. But I do want to go ahead and get some basic layout down. And again, I'm going to approach this the same way an actual real estate developer would, which is on a map like this, the most important thing is going to be your views, your lot location and your views. Location, 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 and you want to be able to have $1 million view for every lot. So I really want to have a lot of property on here around this downtown area, but I don't want to block out the beautiful lake that we have. So I'm going to try and space things in such a way that when other players come in and decide to live here or decide just to visit, they'll be able to see the beauty of the map and have a kind of a relaxed atmosphere and say, oh, this is really kind of a cool place to be. I want to hang out a little bit longer and make it really pleasant and nice for everybody. So one of the things that Gatlinburg has that I've always really liked was, Gatlinburg is a big year-round town, but in the winter they have a lot of skiing. We generally went in the summer and in the fall, but they had this chairlift that would go up in the ski area, and up on top there was called Obergatlinburg because during the summer months they had like amusement park rides and stuff, which we used to do. So I have all these photographs of me on the chairlift at different ages, because you get to a certain height and then a camera automatically takes your picture. There's all these pictures of me that we bought in the souvenir shop riding the chairlift by myself, and so I want to have a chairlift or something like that to take you from the downtown area here up to the nicer view lots up here. And there's a town in the game called Lux Sanctuary, and it's run by a guy named Spoon, and he solved that problem of having a chairlift in a very ingenious method. He actually uses a hot air balloon and some steps to take you right up to the top. And I thought it was so ingenious, I'm going to borrow his idea as best I can and see what we can do. I think somewhere right around here is where the sheer volume is. So let me see here. I went ahead and got a wooden storage chest with some stuff in it. And some of my roadway I'm going to be using. But here's a stone castle thing that I built. So the way that he designed that was you climb up these stairs, and then from here there's a balloon that takes you up to the top of the hill here. I don't think I had this space just right. Let's see if I can turn this a little bit. I'm up against the wall here. Let's see. And I am just making stuff up as we go. That's too far away. Okay, let's see. Get a grip on it here. Don't run off. Oh no. Uh-oh. I sunk. I'm going to fiddle around with this for a little bit, and when I come up with something, we'll be right back. Well, you know what they say about best laid plans. I worked on this thing for quite a while. I could not figure out a way of getting the that wall to match up with anything. It was really hard. Wow, that was loud. What I ended up doing was just putting the balloon up here. So what you can do, come up this way, and now you're on the middle uh, of the three plateaus up on top. So I was hoping to put it down on that plateau down here. I just could not figure out how to do it. I was placing stuff around, and I don't know. I think we'll just stick with this for now, and I'll do something else with that, I guess. But that was just, boy, that was kind of an ordeal. Let's go back down here. This at least works. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is this saves me a few decorating spots too. Um, Depending on the size of your player-owned town, you have a certain number of lighting that you can use in the world, as well as a certain number of decorations. And decorations would be anything that's placed out in the world. Like that balloon counts as one decoration. When I had the staircase up here, that was counted as a decoration as well. For a city, which is my size, I can do 200 decorations. I can do 60 outdoor lights. And that, of course, doesn't include anything on a specific private lot. So when I put one of my deeds down, I can do my usual number of lights on that. But just in the player-owned town itself, I can only do 200 decorations and 60 lights. Now, most of the decorations are, to be honest, going to be road pieces, which is why I've gone out and bought some larger road pieces because those add up quite a bit. I'm going to put down quite a bit of roads here. So with all that said, let's try and lay out some row houses and see what it looks like. And we'll play around with it a little bit. I just want to give you a flavor of what we're going to try and do here, and then I'll kind of go off and fiddle around with it a little bit, and then show you what it looks like at the end. So let's see what it looks like. Let's go in here, and let's go to our row lots. I'm not sure if I want to have like a straight street going through here, or if I want kind of a curved street. I'm not really sure. Now there's a way you can use to get out. I want to put the first one somewhere around right over here. And we want to do the arrows forward. So now it's only going to let us place something where the ground is flat. Okay, so let's see how that looks. There's the entrance there. Okay. And I want to kind of follow the curvature of this land here. I don't want to put the row houses too close together. I like when they're a little bit, well, they're going to be close together, obviously, the row houses. But I don't like putting them right up against each other. So I'm going to try and put like a little bit of a gap between each one. Got to turn this right. Little spot that they can kind of curve. So I think I want a straight street going right through there, I believe. That doesn't mean the houses have to be straight though. So now some people would find this kind of thing infuriating to do. I work with some people who would hate this kind of detail work, but I think this is just fun as anything. Yeah, so I'm going to straighten these up a little bit. But you may be one of those people who finds this kind of infuriating, in which case you're not going to have to put up with it too much. I'm going to go ahead and a little bit better there. I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause while I work on this and give you guys a break. And I will be back when I've laid quite a bit more of these houses down. So we will be back in a few minutes, or we'll be back very quickly as far as you can tell, maybe many hours as far as I can tell. We'll be back soon. Okay, we are back. I've been spending some time laying out these houses and some roads, and we're here in this downtown area. and that's the exit you can take. And I got a pretty nice looking thing going here. Again, what I did was because I wanted to get these roads done, you can see it says bone white marble roadway paver, straight number two, times two. I went ahead and purchased two sets of these roadway paver things that you can buy as a whole set that you can get all sorts of different shapes and things. Because I did want to get a lot of roads, but I wanted to be careful in terms of my decoration limits. So I've got a whole series of these row houses over here, and I put little gaps in between them. I tried to fit them along as well as I could. And as you can see, it has a nice little slight curve there. Over here, I've placed some village lots. I've got a lot here and a lot here. And then I get to this little crossroads here. And I did this on purpose because what I want to do is I want to have this little crossroads that takes you up to our balloon to get to the higher level, and then over to the lake. And I've placed a lot here, a village lot here, and I've claimed this for myself. I'm putting in. I've actually purchased a whole series of expert crafting tables. So I'm going to have these in town for everyone to use. They'll be open for everyone, and it also means that this area will be open to the lake. So when you're walking through the town, you'll see plenty of lake. I put a lot right here facing the lake. I'm also going to I'm going to claim this one as well. I'm going to put in a beach club and spa in this area. Again, it's going to be wide open. I'm going to have some hot tubs and some day beds and some masseuse and that kind of thing. So it'll be kind of cool. I'm going to place something here. Maybe I may put my oracle thing or one of my devotionals there. I'm not sure. I'm going to have, as I place both this lot and this lot far away from the street, I may put some of my NPC characters here so they'll be out in the open. I have another village lot right here, which is backs up to the lake, and then another village lot right here. I barely managed to squeeze that one in. It's close to the street. And then at the very end of this road, I placed a village water lot right here. So it'll be that. I'm not going to use a lot of water lots. I'm going to use this one right here. I'm going to put one at the other end over there. I think that's probably enough for that. I've got some open spots here. Now, I'm pretty pleased with the way this came out so far. I am a little surprised that I didn't get that many village lots here, but that's just the way the ball bounces. I like it that I kept separation between these houses. It gives them a little bit more personality. And I placed them along the back, so they're pretty tight against the back cliff wall. And I'm also planning on doing. I have to put in some new lighting. Oh, I've got. Yeah, let me. I had to haul this thing over here. I actually had to claim this lot just so I'd have a place to put my storage chest, where I have a lot of my stuff in it. So this is where I got my roads. I also got my, I put my lighting in here too, I think. Yeah, my light, okay. So let me go ahead, and that's 190 pounds worth of lights. Yikes. I'm going to take a handful of these right now. Let's go with 12 right now. It's over here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do some lighting in here. I think I'm going to put the lights on the side of the row houses. I have a plan for the other side. In the last month, since I decided to buy this town, I've been actually going to a lot of other towns and looking at what people do and how they do it and getting some ideas. And there are a lot of really talented people in this game. I tell you, it's been really cool to see what other people have come up with. And there's some very talented people. So I want to go ahead and not go crazy with lights in here. At the same time, I do want to have it bright enough in the evenings. It's not like some darkness. Let's say so. Maybe every 2. Okay, but every 2. And again, everything we can just kind of change as need be. Put it up kind of close to the street. Kind of hangs over the street a little bit. Oh, that's turned away. Boy, I messed that one up. Okay. Yeah, that's way off. Okay. Right here in this corner, I think. I went ahead and chose these. I've used all the different lights in the game, and I like all of them. I think for what I'm trying to do here with a very fancy kind of high-end town, these lights probably work best for the goal I have. So that's why I bought a bunch of. There was a big sale. Ooh, the light's off. There you go. There's a big sale. The game had a big sale last weekend, like 20% off outdoor decorations. So I picked a lot of this stuff up then. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. This is looking nice. I really don't like nighttime in this game because it seems like it's night all the time, but this is perfect timing for this particular part of the map. And I'll put one down here. There's another way up to the top hill, right up this little hill here, which is actually not a bad way of getting up there. I'm going to put lighting up there as well eventually. So I actually may move this right there in preparation for that. All right, let's take a look here. All right, I like this. That looks really elegant. Now, I also want to light the street going up here. Not sure if you're going to let me put a light up here. Yes. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Not sure about this turn. I'm going to turn this a little bit less in the way. Okay. And then my last one already. Geez. Wow, I thought 38 of these lights would be more than enough. How could I possibly need more than 38 of these things? Yikes. Okay. Let's take another 4. Oh. Suddenly I've forgotten how to move stuff. All right. Now, of course, on this lot, right here, I will do my own lighting, so it won't count against my decoration lights, which is nice. That will help quite a bit. So I'll have lights on here. They already give you like these little candles up here, but I'll have a regular set of lights up here. All right, so let's take a look here. All right. And of course, as people pick up these lots, they'll put lighting on their own and stuff. Now, the other thing I want to go over is, I guess this makes sense. I'm going to give this a shot. Okay. Oh, darn it. There's a town in it called, oh man, I'm going to mispronounce it. Serenite. I feel bad because it's named after the guy that was William Serenite. It's near Desolus, and it's a great town. I use the swamp map, and it's in the desert. And there's a lot of things I like about it. But one of the things I really like is when you first walk into that town, he uses these 4-story fountain palm trees in a very straight row, right along the main concrete dock, and it looks so cool and so formal and so neat. I said, man, I really want something like that. So what I did, I don't think palm trees would work in this town, but what I went ahead and did was I purchased a bunch of these aspen trees. I'm going to give this a try and see if I could come up with something like that here. Oh no. Let's try this. Offset it from the, because when someone puts their houses, I saved enough space between the lots and the street just for this. And if I do these in between, do a 3-story one here. And a 4-story here. Kind of alternate them with the lighting. Three-story one here. Kind of right on the street, so make it look kind of formal. So it's not quite like the palm tree thing. I think it may be the next best thing. This one does not want to place. How does that look? It's kind of hard to tell, but let's see here. Of course, these big trees will go away when someone puts a house there. I think I can replace the 3-story with a 4-story. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, 2 3-stories left. That's fine. I don't like the way the weeds kind of come through my road, though. That looks kind of junky. I'm guessing that'll be fixed at some point. Let's see here. Now those trees do count against my decoration limit, so it's a bit of an investment. But I think it kind of adds a little bit of class to the whole proceedings, for lack of any other thing. In fact, I think I may put one of my other trees right here, those little 3-story ones right here on the corner. Then the other 3-story one, I think I'm going to put right over here. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us, I think. We covered an awful lot of ground here today. I've got some of the basic stuff here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up above on my hot air balloon and do some of the basic layout. I had to put some road up here, and I'm going to put some lots up there, and I may do another edition where I do the top hill as well. Um, if I decide not to, if it's just not newsworthy for lack of any other term. I have a couple other projects that I do plan on working on this particular map that I think will be really unique. I haven't seen anyone else do them, and I would definitely do some episodes for those. 'Cause I think it'll be really cool and really fun. Um, One's gonna be really complicated, but the other one I got everything I think laid out pretty good anyway. Um, but I think that's gonna do it for now. So until next time, this is Greg 29407 with our guest host of the day, Tiffany St. Ange, saying arrivederci, and we will see you next time.